Hey folks, last section here of the plot. Some pretty substantial damage here. This is our herbicide contamination example. So what we're showing here, what we're trying to simulate is when you don't have that boom or that tank or that plumbing system properly cleaned out, you're going to have a lot of issues. And I know a lot of farmers, a lot of retailers, this is all far too common, right? We've all been there. It's happened to everybody. So we're trying to show what we can see and what we can do to help improve that. Brad, I know you were out here for the application. You want to talk a little bit about the parameters of what was going on here?
So what we wanted to show was what would happen if you did not clean your boom out after applying corn herbicide. Yep. And then filling your tank with a soybean herbicide, going to the soybean field and starting your application. Your lines, your boom are all still full of corn herbicide. Yep. And when you start spraying your entrance to your field, this is what you're going to typically see across your acres.
Yep. Yep. Tim, any thoughts from your end on what we're seeing and what, I mean, total, what do you think as far as maybe percentage-wise is yield loss? I mean, there's obviously some damage here.
There'll be a substantial yield loss on those soybeans that are damaged. Yep. And this is becoming far too common. And besides just the difference between corn and soybean herbicides, yes, we're seeing we have many different resistant crops, and we can't mix those chemistries either. So we're seeing damage to soybeans from soybean herbicides, and so there's a lot more. You have to pay a lot more attention to what you're spraying. Sure. and what the crop is that you're spraying. So there's a lot more damage that we've been seeing in recent years, and so being able to rinse out your boom or change, do a good job of cleaning between products is even more important, or you're going to get damage like this.
Yep, exactly. Mike, from a product standpoint, obviously not getting that proper clean out can cause some serious damage. Dollar-wise, claims. What have you seen any claims or a volume of dollars that happens when someone doesn't do a proper clean out like this? Maybe on a retailer side, sure, or a grower side. Any experience there?
In terms of dollars, it's going to be really variable, just because the level of yield loss, if you have any. I mean, there's some instances where it's very visual, but you don't always have yield loss, but it's still something you want to avoid. In my experience, it's very emotional. No farmer wants to go to their field and see this happening, and so avoiding that avoids a lot of emotional reactions. And it just goes to show, we want to be very diligent about this. And I know we've talked about boom clean out and things like this, but I'll take it even a step further. Just the entire spray system and making sure we're diligent in terms of hygiene along that entire path from where your product starts out in its tank all the way through the mixing and loading procedure. Those are all pressure points or potential contamination points that the end result is what we see here. So something that we have to be diligent about across that whole system. Yeah.
It always seems to happen, folks, on the main highway near the town that everybody drives into, and it's front and center for everybody to see. And obviously you'll hear about it at the coffee shop, if you will, the
yes,
next couple of days. Greg, from a product standpoint, on the RoGator C series, we obviously talked a little bit about the boom priming earlier, and this is part of it, right? So not only can we prime that boom in a relatively short time, it also allows us to clean the boom out, right? We can actually bring that product back to tank, call it our product recovery system. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and what it means as far as this type of damage?
Yeah, sure. I think the first thing I think about is the scenario that we kind of went through back there, where you don't do a good prime. Yep. And you've got extra chemical left in the tank, and it happens, and this is when you get that potential yield loss plus the wasted product. But yeah, Dave, I think our system, the RoGator system, certainly has unique capabilities in terms of the liquid logic and in terms of being able to take the product back to the tank. When you do that, the cleanup procedures become faster, right? And you get a higher quality job through that process as well. So remember, in terms of clean out, we should be really, when switching, cleaning out fresh water through it once, twice, 3 times. That's really what you should be doing, and that's got to take place to ensure that you're going to get a good, the next application is going to be good. I would also say, for us, Dave, in terms of liquid logic, what you've asked about, A lot of conventional sprayers, competitive sprayers, will have a lot of end caps, right, and aspirators. And those also really need to be cleaned out during this process. Now on the RoGator, no end caps, no aspirators, some strainers, but clearly not as many as the competition. So again, that's the reason that it takes less time, and I think the Liquid Logic system allows it to be a higher quality clean out. But regardless of what sprayer you're using, the clean out process is paramount. And with Liquid Logic, it's easier, faster, and is a little higher quality.
Yeah, good stuff, guys.